My name is Sally Jones. I'm 32 years old. I've been married to my husband, Skylar, for 5 years now. I've been unlucky all my life. Growing up, I went through a lot of hardship. I wasn't lucky with men either. But I met Skylar 7 years ago at a barbecue I was invited to by a friend called Rio. After 2 years of dating, we tied the knot. Skylar didn't care about my misfortunes, or perhaps he didn't take any notice. So even when I made a mistake, he just shrugged it off. That's why I married him. He can be a little lazy, but I thought I was happily married. I didn't know this happiness was about to disappear. What Skylar is not good at is lying. He doesn't think deeply about things in general. I don't want to talk ill of my own husband, but he is someone who would just forget what just happened after a couple of minutes. That's why he's not good at lying. What he says isn't consistent. There was a time when Skylar began coming home late from work more often. One day, I asked him if he would be coming home late again. He told me he had a meeting from 8 in the evening. But when he got home at 10, he was so drunk. I asked him what time he started drinking, and he said he was dragged there at 6 and felt awful. The other day, he told me he was working on his day off. He left home early in the morning, wearing a suit. But when he came home, he wasn't wearing his suit. The excuse he told me then was that he took off his suit and left it at work. But the next morning, he was panicking that he had no suit to wear to work. I thought it was strange. Maybe he's having an affair? What am I gonna do? I don't want to get a divorce. While waiting for my husband to come home, I wondered whether to talk to a friend about this and seek advice. But something huge happened that night and left me no choice but to do something about it.
I'm not coming back here anymore.
What? Where are you?
My wife's home.
I'm your wife.
You're just a housekeeper.
Are you drunk? I called him, but he didn't answer. Instead, I received a message from someone. It was from his mistress. Hello, I'm Carrie. Are you Sky's wife? Sky? Skylar to you, I guess. Well, I am. Who are you? Can't you guess? You're Skylar's girlfriend? Don't talk so superior. Suggesting you're his wife and I'm not? For Sky, I'm his wife. Is my husband there with you? He's sleeping on my lap, actually. I see. Have you been seeing each other for about 6 months? You got that right. He's been acting strange since around that time. So you knew and didn't say anything? You're a joke. If I was in your position, I would have just talked to him straight away. I thought I might have been mistaken. You just wished you were. Maybe you're right. Unfortunately for you, Sky loves me, not you. So why don't you set him free? You make it sound like I'm keeping him in a cage or something. You are, really. Sky always says that he's not interested in an old bag that looks like a bony chicken carcass. That's why you don't have a child even after 5 years after you got married. You are so old. I understand what you want to say. I still need to talk to my husband. Huh? Are you doubting our love? Is it proof enough for you? I can send you more pics if you want. Well, I still can't believe you. You can send me more if what you said is really true. Are you slow or something? I'll make you a whole album of our love. So you just sit there and wait. She really did make an album of their courtship and sent it to me. She sent me over 300 pictures from a period of about 6 months. See? So you really must give him a divorce. The pictures Carrie sent me gave me nothing but pain. I still had to check them. The pictures were in chronological order, and there were people in the photos other than Skylar and Carrie. They seemed to be my husband's co-workers. Carrie had the same staff card hanging from her neck. So I knew she was working from the same company too. There were also pictures that clearly proved that Skylar lied to me when he said he was working. But in fact, he was with her. I worked full-time and took care of the house chores after we got married. Did he ever thank me for it? No! He called me a housekeeper. On top of that, he cheated on me with a young woman. After 6 hours of staring at the photos, I realized that the sun was already out. I felt so miserable. I wanted to talk to someone. So I called Rio, who introduced me to Skylar. Skylar is cheating on me.
What? Do you mean you're Skylar?
Yeah, with a girl called Carrie. She's working at the same company.
Did Skylar tell you that?
That girl, Carrie, contacted me. She wants me to set Skylar free. She also sent me a lot of pictures of them together.
She sent you, his wife, the evidence of their affair? Is she an idiot or something? Well, she saved your time collecting evidence. You should thank her. What did Skylar say anyways?
He doesn't want to go back to the house with an old housekeeper working on it.
Bastard!
Rio, what am I gonna do?
What do you want to do? Do you still want to be his wife?
I don't think so. I loved that he couldn't lie, but only because I trusted him. Now...
You are right.
Do you think I'll be okay without him?
What are you talking about? It's the other way around.
Huh? But he has that girl now.
Skylar changed after he met you. I don't know if he realized it.
While my head was filled with questions, Skylar called me. Maybe he wanted to apologize? I answered the phone hoping for that.
Pack my things in a suitcase and send them to the address I'm sending you now. Don't forget to wrap my collection properly so it won't break. Also, just throw away the old clothes. Only pack the good ones and...
Do it yourself! I made up my mind to divorce him and contacted Carrie. Thank you for the pictures. I'll divorce him.
Really? You're nicer than I thought.
I'll move out of this apartment too. I'll pack my things today and move out today. You can come to collect things or do whatever you want.
Gotcha. I will.
Tell me one more thing. Why Skylar? You're still young.
Sure, I'm 21.
He's 33. 12 years older than you.
That's why. He's skilled and has a good salary.
He's skilled. Right, I see. You think he's good at what he does.
What are you saying? You call yourself his wife?
Well, it certainly didn't look that way looking at how he's at home.
His work persona and his usual self are different. You're like a wife who wants to keep her husband on his toes all the time, aren't you? That's why you got dumped.
You might be right. I'll leave the divorce papers here, so you can do what you want with them.
Sure, we will. Thanks for giving me your husband.
I packed my bags and left home. We rented the apartment under my husband's name, and I didn't care about the furniture and other stuff. I just told the landlord that we're moving out at the end of the month. And I went back to my parents' home not far away from the apartment. I told them what happened, and they were happy to let me stay until things were settled. In the meanwhile, Rio came to see me. He apologized that he was the one who introduced us two together.
Leave everything to me. I will not let you down. I'll take him to the cleaners.
He took me to a lawyer he knew and explained to him while showing the pictures Skylar's girlfriend sent me. He pointed out that while both of us worked full-time, I did all the house chores, and his words towards me were abusive. The lawyer assured us that we can demand compensation based on what we told him. So I told the lawyer Carrie's address, where Skylar was most likely living. The lawyer sent the necessary papers. According to the lawyer, When Skylar and Carrie got the papers from my lawyer, they called him. I saved up some money for both of us, and we split the savings. So Skylar had a little bit of money left, and he paid the compensation from that money. It looked like demanding compensation didn't hurt them at all at first. I, on the other hand, saw Rio, who helped me get through this difficult time, a lot during that time. Slowly, I was feeling better. However, 6 months later...
Hey, come on! Do something about Skylar!
Carrie? What do you mean?
You need to make him go back to the real Skylar!
You're making no sense.
Your ex-husband got his salary reduced twice since he got divorced. He's often late for work, slacking at work. Even worse, he lost a big books client. He never used to be like that. So why?
I knew straight away that's what Rio meant. So I decided to tell her the truth. This is what a friend of ours told us about him. According to him, Skylar is, like you say, lazy and not a hardworking man.
You're lying!
I can understand why you think that, but it's true. He changed after he met me.
What do you mean?
You might have heard from Skylar, but I do suffer a lot of misfortune. That's why Skylar, since he met me, must have been thinking that he had to protect me. This new persona of his began to affect his work. So he became more focused and hardworking as a result. He got promoted. The reason why his salary was better than his co-workers was that his bosses saw this side of him. But originally, he was someone who couldn't even get up in the morning on his own. He forgets stuff a lot. He doesn't keep time and is a slacker at work.
What? But he has me now. How come he's not focused anymore?
Are you not taking care of him?
Of course I am.
I used to get up before 5. Try waking him up every 10 minutes, prepare his clothes. Make sure he hasn't forgotten anything before he goes to work. After work, listen to him talking about his work. Organized his tasks at work, reminded him what he needed to do at work, and did all the house chores in between. While he was in the bath, I cooked something to go with his beer, and served it after he got out of the bath. Are you doing all that?
Did you do all that?
Well, I can't tell you everything I did since it goes on, but yeah, I did that every day. With support like this at home, he managed to be a little better at his work.
But don't you work full-time?
Yes.
Are you superhuman?
I'm just a woman who is used to having misfortunes in life.
I don't want him anymore. I'll give him back to you so you can look after him.
No, thank you.
You have to. You spoiled him so much. That's why he can't do anything by himself.
The reason I did all that was because I loved him. But thanks to him meeting you, my love for him is gone. From now on, I will live my life and be happy for myself. Oh, by the way, did you know his old nickname?
Who cares?
Mr. Pepper, since his head is as empty as a pepper.
He is such a loser. Take him back, please.
After that conversation, I heard that Skylar and Carrie argued all the time. I wonder why they didn't get a divorce. But they are just arguing about who was to blame and who should pay for breaking up their marriage. Carrie was also having a hard time at work. People didn't like the way she stole someone's husband, so she quit her job. That is a big reason she had to cling to Skylar. But Skylar's situation was no better. He was often late and slacking at work. His boss's patience was running out, so he could be made redundant any time by his company.
Everyone said Sally was the best thing that had ever happened to Skylar when you two got married. He is such an idiot.
Thank you so much for everything, Rio.
It was nothing. I will always be there anytime you need me.
Wait, do you want to have dinner with me sometime then?
Sure.
Ryu and I are getting along very well now. I knew him before I met Skylar, but I never realized what a wonderful man he was. But I guess it's not too late, right?
What did you say?
Nothing. Thank you for staying by my side.
No, thank you.
I will definitely become happy next time.
Please, Sally! Take me back!
Not in a million years.
This woman is supposed to be unhappy. Have this misfortune virus.
Doctor, we detected a high concentration of the dimwit virus.
Start the time warp machine. Counterattack.
What?
Huh?
Hey, Nick, did you see there was some kind of bottle coming out of nowhere?
I don't know. What was the smoke anyways?
Pepper? What's happening? What? What should we do, Doc?
He'll go back to normal in time.
Are you gonna leave him like this?
It's a punishment for damaging our precious poison maker.
Women really are scarier than men. Ghost!